Greetings, my lovelies. Hi, it's Emmy. Welcome back to another taste test. Today I'm going to be tasting this combination. Frozen pizza, candy corn. So about a month ago, someone had this brilliant idea of combining frozen pizza with candy corn, and yeah, the internet kind of went crazy about it. So I thought, yeah, okay, candy corn, frozen pizza, whatevs. But then Rob over at tasted it, and he says he doesn't even like candy corn and adored it. So then my curiosity was piqued. So then, of course, I had to go to the grocery store and get myself a frozen pizza and a bunch of this stuff. So the original post had a DiGiorno pizza. This pizza is supposed to rise in the oven. I haven't had one of these in so long. And let's give it a go. I distinctly remember the first time I had a DiGiorno pizza, and I was a kid and I was so excited to be able to cook dinner myself. I put the pizza in the oven and cooked it. My parents weren't too excited about the meal because they don't really like frozen pizza, but I was stoked because I actually got to put the thing in the oven and take it out of the oven, and it was a soggy, terrible mess. I was so disappointed. But that, my friends, is how I learned about preheating an oven. So I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees as instructed, because if you don't, your crust is going to be soggy. Now that I think about it, I don't know that I've ever had a DiGiorno pizza since then, or at least I don't remember. Our frozen pizza of choice were Celeste, those little personal pizzas. Those are my favorite, my brother and I's favorite after school snack. Supreme. Here is my pizza, all shrink wrapped. This conveniently opens like that. Very satisfying. This is the 3 cheese flavor. I'm going to take it off the cardboard sheet onto my pizza peel so I can put it directly onto the rack. So on top of this, we're going to add our candy corn. So candy corn is this confection here. And for what my international friends have told me, candy corn seems to be a distinctly American thing. It's very hard to find overseas. For most people, it seems like they either love candy corn or hate it. I'm sort of ambivalent. I don't crave it. I don't despise it. It's just candy corn. It is a very, very sweet candy. It's very old. Apparently, this originated in 1880s, and it was called chicken feed. It's scented, really. It smells like a scented candle. Not really vanilla, but very sweet. Kind of like a honey candle. If you imagine something that was called honey, but was just really scent or fragrance, that's what this smells like. Not exactly unpleasant, but not exactly reassuring either. All right, so now we're going to generously apply a layer of candy corns to this. I love the sound it makes. So first ingredient of candy corn, is not surprising, is sugar. Second ingredient, corn syrup. Third ingredient, confectioner's glaze, which contains shellac. Shellac is in candy corn. If that alone isn't worrisome, although shellac is naturally occurring, I believe it comes from a tree, but it's also used to, finish furniture. Right, back to applying candy corn to our pizza. We're gonna do this generously. Almost 11 ounces of candy corn, almost an entire bag. I want this covered. All right, so that's pretty good. I do want some cheese to peek out, for aesthetic reasons, so you still recognize that this still is indeed a pizza. Whoa. Last year I tried, I believe, 3 different flavors of candy corn along with the original, and I think that was the last time I had a candy corn. So let's go ahead and give this a go. Wickedly sweet, just like wickedly sweet, because it's like 100% sugar. Texturally, it's an interesting combination of crumble and chew. It reminds me of set frosting. Like if you had a cake and the frosting has dried a little bit and has that bit of a coating that kind of crumbles. It's a little bit like that, but with more of a chewy texture. Once you get beyond the onslaught of pure sugar, there is some flavor there. It is a bit like vanilla. I think it's more like scented candle and fake honey flavor. Not exactly unpleasant, but not exactly delicious either. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop this bad boy in the oven. Okay, goodbye. After 8 minutes. Look at that. All right, lovelies, here is the candy corn pizza. It's spectacular, that's for sure. And let's give this a taste. It's been cooling for just a couple minutes because this is molten. Oh wow, listen to that. Hear that? That is some re-solidified candy. In some bizarre way, it smells pretty appetizing. It's a combination of saccharine sweetness with tomato baked crust. So it's eliciting positive food. All right, let's go ahead and taste this. I have my knife and I'm gonna cut this. Crust sounds good. Unlike my first DiGiorno attempt. Ooh, look at that. Interesting. I think my pizza's mildly offended. Look, it's bleeding. Oh, why did you do this to me? Let's give this abomination a taste. Itadakimasu. Wow. So cooking the candy corn does not change the fact that it's nearly 100% sugar. And by combining it with something savory, although it reduces that fact perhaps psychologically, it's still almost 100% sugar. I don't really like the combination. Let me have another bite before I come to any other conclusions. Oh, it's hot. I'm actually a big fan of sweet and salty combinations. I love sticky sweet barbecue ribs. I love Thai chili sauce on my chicken. I don't love this though. Perhaps I put too much candy corn on this pizza, but I just am disappointed because I just want the pizza to be pizza and not to have this layer of cooked sugar on the top of the pizza. The sweetness I can appreciate, but in terms of flavor, it just doesn't really work for me. This part back here works better, which leads me to believe that perhaps this has too many candy corn. If there were fewer of them, it would be more palatable. I still don't think the flavors work very well because the candy corn is just so saccharinely sweet. Let me just try another bite here. So here, where some of this candy corn kind of melted back into the crust, it works better. It becomes more of this sticky sweet coating as opposed to we're in the middle and it's just all candy corn. In terms of the pizza by itself, the crust did indeed rise. It's a very thick crust. It's more almost like focaccia, kind of fluffy, and the bottom is crispy, which I appreciate. I prefer thin crust, but it's not bad. It is still hard to make a judgment on the pizza itself because everything is covered in candy corn. All right, so if we peel off the candy corn, let's see what it's like. So if you peel off the candy corn, it's actually not bad. It does add a lot of sweetness to it. It's now denuded of the cheese, but you have the tangy sauce on there and some of the sweetness left behind from the candy corn and cheese grease. If you cook this and you peel off the candy corn, it's actually much better. But still, I wouldn't do this again. All right, so mystery solved. DiGiorno pizza plus candy corn. Don't recommend it. It's fun. Do it for your Halloween party so you have something to talk about, but don't do it for sustenance. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. share this video with your friends. Be sure to check out the Halloween playlist, which includes very interesting Halloweeny treats, and I shall see you in my next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I feel like I have candy corn in my teeth. I'm hungry though. This crust is pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna regret that.